Have you ever felt something stirring deep within you? Something that defies logic, that feels ancient, powerful, and alive? It's not anxiety, not excitement, but a raw, electric current that seems to move through your body and consciousness all at once. Some call it energy, others call it madness, but in ancient wisdom, it has a name, Kundalini. And when it awakens, your life is never the same again. The process is not gentle. It's not what most people imagine when they think of spiritual awakening. It's raw, wild, and unpredictable. While it's a force of divine consciousness, it doesn't arrive like a calm meditation session. It arrives like a storm. That's why understanding the warning signs of Kundalini awakening is so important. Because if you don't recognize them, you might think something is wrong with you, when in truth, something extraordinary is unfolding. The first warning sign is intense energy surges through the body. You might feel heat rising your spine, vibrations under your skin, or sudden tingling sensations that appear for no physical reason. It can feel like your whole nervous system is on fire or being rewired. You might wake up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, feeling like electricity is moving through you. Traditional medicine might call it anxiety or adrenaline imbalance, but spiritually, the serpent energy, the dormant life force, is beginning to rise. When it awakens, it clears blocked energy channels, which can be overwhelming. The key is not to resist. Don't try to control it. Breathe. Observe. Let it unfold naturally. The second sign is emotional upheaval that makes no sense. One moment you feel deep peace, the next, intense sadness or fear. Old memories you thought you'd forgotten start resurfacing. Childhood wounds, suppressed emotions, unhealed traumas, they all come rushing up. Why? Because Kundalini energy purifies. It exposes everything you've hidden from yourself. It wants to make you whole, and that means confronting the parts of you you've rejected. This stage can be painful because you begin to see your illusions for what they are. You might cry for no reason. You might feel detached from your old identity. This isn't regression, it's transformation. The ego resists, but the soul celebrates. The third warning sign is changes in perception and heightened awareness. Colors may seem brighter, sounds sharper, and your intuition suddenly becomes stronger. You might start to feel people's emotions or sense the energy in a room. Synchronicities increase. You think of someone, and they call you. You see repeating numbers like 1111 or 333 everywhere you go. It feels as if reality is rearranging itself around your consciousness, because in many ways, it is. When Kundalini awakens, your perception expands beyond the five senses. You start seeing the invisible patterns that connect all things. It can be exhilarating, but also disorienting, especially when the world begins to feel both familiar and entirely new. The fourth sign is a sudden disinterest in the material world. You might find that things that used to excite you, money, possessions, social status, suddenly feel meaningless. It's not depression, it's detachment. You start to see that external things can't fill an internal void. Food may taste different, entertainment feels shallow, and small talk drains energy. You crave silence, solitude, and depth. The soul is withdrawing energy from the illusion, redirecting it toward the real, the eternal. This phase often confuses those around you. They might say you're changing, becoming distant, even strange. But you're waking up from the dream of who you thought you were. The fifth warning sign is spontaneous physical movements or body tremors, known as kriyas. These can happen during meditation, rest, or even sleep. Your body might shake, sway, or assume yoga-like postures without conscious effort. It's the intelligence of the Kundalini energy working through you, releasing blockages from your energy field. In ancient texts, this process is considered sacred, but in modern times, it's often misunderstood as something pathological. If it happens to you, don't be afraid. Stay grounded. Drink water. Walk barefoot on the earth. Remember that your body is adjusting to a higher voltage of energy. It's learning to carry more light. The sixth sign is intense dreams or mystical experiences. During Kundalini awakening, your dreams can become vivid, symbolic, and charged with meaning. You may dream of serpents, fire, water, temples, or divine beings. These are not random. They are messages from your unconscious, guiding you through the transformation. You might even have out-of-body experiences or moments where the boundary between waking and dreaming blurs. The line between the spiritual and the physical begins to dissolve. What's happening is a merging of worlds, the conscious and unconscious, heaven and earth, meeting within you. And then comes the seventh warning sign, the most profound of all, the death of the old self. This isn't poetic, it's real. You begin to feel like the person you used to be no longer exists. Your beliefs crumble, your attachments dissolve, your ambitions fade. It can feel terrifying, as if you're losing everything. But this death is not destruction, it's rebirth. The ego dies so the soul can awaken. This is the night of the soul that mystics have described for centuries. You're not being punished, you're being purified. The mind can't understand it, but the heart knows its truth. Through all of these signs, one truth becomes clear. Kundalini awakening isn't about becoming more spiritual. It's about becoming real. It's the collapse of illusion, the meeting of light and shadow within you. Some call it enlightenment. Others call it madness. The experience can look different for everyone, but the essence is always the same, awakening to what you truly are. The process can't be forced, and it can't be avoided once it begins. It unfolds according to divine timing, often when you least expect it. People often ask, how do I know if it's really Kundalini awakening or just anxiety, depression, or stress? The difference is this. Anxiety consumes you, but Kundalini transforms you. Anxiety narrows your awareness. Kundalini expands it. Anxiety feels like falling apart. Kundalini feels like being remade. And while both can feel overwhelming, one leads to fragmentation and the other leads to wholeness. When this energy awakens, it asks for surrender, not control. The mind will want to analyze, label, and resist. But the deeper intelligence of the soul simply wants you to trust. Every shaking, every fear, every strange experience is part of a sacred process. The serpent rises not to destroy you, but to set you free. And yet, this freedom doesn't come instantly. After the storm of awakening, there comes a quiet, almost fragile stillness, a space where your old self has died, but your new self has not yet been born. This is where many people feel lost. You may feel empty, disconnected, or even numb. But this emptiness is sacred. It's the silence before creation, the pause between death and rebirth. Your soul is rebuilding its foundation, rewiring your inner world. The Kundalini energy that once surged like a river now begins to move with more harmony, teaching you how to live from presence, not from fear. During this integration phase, your senses sharpen differently. You begin to notice life not as a series of events, but as energy in motion. The wind on your skin feels alive. The sunlight feels conscious. Every sound, every face, every breath seems to carry meaning. You no longer see the world as something separate from you. You feel its pulse beating in rhythm with your own. It's as though the universe has moved inside you. But this new awareness also comes with responsibility. To live truthfully, to act from compassion, and to protect your peace fiercely. You realize that your inner state is no longer just yours. It ripples outward, affecting everything around you. Relationships change. Some people drift away because they no longer resonate with your energy. Others are drawn to you, as if recognizing something ancient in your eyes. You may find that you can no longer tolerate shallow conversations or environments filled with negativity. Your intuition becomes your compass. You feel when something aligns with your soul and when it doesn't. This discernment isn't judgment, it's wisdom. Kundalini teaches you to listen deeply to your body, your dreams, your heart. It turns your entire life into a mirror of your inner evolution. Physical changes may continue: sensitivity to light, sound, or certain foods, fluctuations in energy levels, spontaneous states of bliss or deep calm. These are not symptoms to fear. They're signs that your system is adapting to a higher vibration. You're learning to anchor spiritual energy into physical form, to become a bridge between heaven and earth. Meditation, breath work, grounding practices, and time in nature become essential tools. They help stabilize the current of energy so it supports you rather than overwhelms you. Eventually, something miraculous happens. The fear that once consumed you begins to dissolve. You no longer chase enlightenment because you realize it was never something to find, but something to remember. The divine presence you sought outside was always the essence within. You begin to live in a flow that feels effortless, guided, and alive. Life doesn't suddenly become perfect, but your relationship with it transforms. Even pain becomes sacred because you understand that everything serves awakening. So now, I want to ask you, have you ever felt something rising within you that you couldn't explain? A strange force, a silent transformation, a shift that made you question everything you thought was real? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else walking the same mysterious path. And remember this: Kundalini awakening is not an escape from life. It's the beginning of truly living it. It's the moment you stop chasing light and realize you are the light. If this message resonated with you, give this video a like to help it reach more seekers. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep reflections on consciousness, transformation, and awakening. Because your journey doesn't end here. It's only beginning.